На Скопско лето настапивте со проектот Монастер. Вие сте, значи, пејачка и композиторка. Кажете ни, зошто баш се вика проектот Монастер?
My grandfather was born in Monastir. Now, of course, it is Bitola, but back then it was Monastir. And I grew up hearing the stories from my grandfather and my relatives. And I always loved the idea of Monastir. But it has a very sad story. It's a beautiful history, but also a sad one. My family is Jewish, and they lived peacefully with their neighbors until World War II. And now there are no Jews left in Monastir. And I grew up knowing that this wonderful community no longer exists. So as a composer, I decided to write music and to celebrate the songs that the community used to sing before World War II.
Дали би ова прв пат да ја посетите Македонија?
No, I have been many times now. The first time I was invited in 2017 to perform in Bitola, and I fell in love with this city and mostly the people. I was really struck by how interested and how respectful the people of Bitola and of Greater Macedonia were to learn about my Jewish history and to learn about me and my family. And I was so impressed and so inspired by their desire to learn more that I decided to come back. And now I come back once or twice each year. And my project, Monastir, works with Macedonians and Israelis and me from the United States to create music together. So I didn't want to just come and give music to Macedonia. I wanted to create the music with the local communities.
Дали имате некои други проекти можеби за во иднина за да ги поврзете народите?
Absolutely. So I work with some schools throughout the country who interview me and create programs for their students to learn more about the Holocaust and to learn more about the history of the Sephardic Jews from Macedonia. So I do work with some schools, and I hope to create more music. This summer we performed Israelis and Macedonians in a lot of different festivals. Skopsko Leto was one of them, but I would like to tour more and to present the music and create more educational materials and work with more organizations and NGOs so that these stories and this history are part of Macedonian culture and they are not lost in history.
Што сакате да слушате во слободно време? Вие компонирате инди поп музика, меѓутоа што е на што вие приватно сакате да слушате?
Well, I grew up on American rock and roll, so I love a drum and a bass sound in my music. Even though it is ethnic music, I only sing in Ladino, which is the language that the Jewish people of Macedonia spoke. It was the language that the Jews who left Spain in 1492 took with them to the Balkans. So we are Sephardic, and this is the language that we spoke. It was the language my grandfather from Monastir spoke, and this is the music that I sing in. So in Ladino music, there are some artists that I love, but I take the ethnic Ladino music and I combine it with indie pop and rock and other influences. So I'm known as being a little bit, not crazy, but a little bit different in the ethnic music world in Ladino.
And that's the beauty of the music.
The beauty of the music also is that it combines linguistics, so languages from Turkey, from Greece, from Macedonia, and also the rhythms of the community of the Ottoman Empire, with also Spanish influences. So it really is a combination of all of our different cultures and ethnicities and backgrounds, and that's, I think, what makes it truly beautiful and also so universal. My songs, you don't have to be Jewish to understand them. Anybody can understand them because they reach the soul for anybody.
Thank you very much for this interview.
Oh, my pleasure. Thank you.
Ви благодарам за ова интервју.